New York Fashion Week takes place at Bryant Park. It's put on by 7th on 6th, and what they do is they erect these enormous tents in the middle of Bryant Park. So there are maybe 3 or 4 tents that are put up, and that's where the fashion shows take place. The most stressful part of putting on a fashion show is finishing all the samples on time. Unfortunately, my best ideas usually come in the 2 weeks before the fashion show, so everyone's scrambling to help make my visions a reality. It's fun. It's like playing dress up. I normally put in pretty long hours before the fashion show, but most of the work really gets done, I'd say, the week before the show. I'm really tweaking outfits up until the day before the show. We just do that side up and that side down. Editing down the collection is very difficult for me. I make a very large, broad collection with as many as 130 styles per month, which actually do ship to the stores. But for the fashion show, we can only show 40 looks. So I really need an outsider's opinion on what the best, most editorial styles are. For the makeup this season, I wanted the look to be very clean and fresh and all-American. I wanted the makeup to look like you stepped out of a resort, very sun-kissed and natural. The music is so important, it could make or break a show. It really sets the tone for the show. I work with a DJ named Laurent Vacher. He's a French DJ, and I really love his taste in music. He always brings me unusual selections that people haven't heard before, but that are really groovy and great and exciting. I like to create fairly elaborate backdrops for my fashion show. I think it really draws the viewer into the environment and into the inspiration. They painted a beautiful backdrop of an English garden and hills and trees and lots of lush greenery. And I also incorporated some hedges in the front, so it looked like they were really actually on a estate. There's always a lot going on backstage before the fashion show. We have to rush all the models through hair and makeup. There are little mini dramas like when models' shoes don't fit her correctly or a zipper broke on a dress, but we try to be prepared. We have seamstresses on hand to make last-minute alterations. Backstage has to be incredibly organized for the models to wear the correct outfits at the correct time. So each model has their own rack with their own card, which shows Polaroids of all their outfits, what the accessories are. There are bags with all of their accessories for each look, which are attached to the hangers. There's a whole process that takes place. And when the models go down the runway, they have to come back and run and change very quickly backstage to line back up again and go back out. Backstage during the show, I am standing right near the runway entrance, and I'm the last person that the model sees before going out on the runway. So I'm tweaking their outfit, fixing anything that might be wrong. Sometimes they come up and their skirt's on backwards, or it's not zipped up right, or their shirt's not tucked in correctly. So I'm tweaking all those, making all those adjustments at the last minute. I'm not one of those designers that gets really stressed out. You know, we're not curing cancer here in fashion. It's all about having a good time and looking beautiful. So there's really not too much stress. It's really about showing pretty clothes, and I try to keep things in perspective.